Hey, good afternoon, my beautiful teacher friends. How are you? I hope you're doing well. It's been about a month since school started, so I'm hoping that those students of yours are enjoying your pure magic and your gifts and your patience and so on and so forth. So today's conversation is about the bogged mind and why teachers feel like they just never do enough and it bogs them down. So I would just like to explain a little bit in my of my coaching background. So I'm Eugénie Ducatel. I am a wellness and mindset coach. I have my business, obviously, and I am teachers' number one fan. Number one. I've been in the education system for 30 years. I taught university, I taught high school. I experienced a professional burnout in 2018 because I was bogged down and I was giving too much. And then I got some help and now I'm a coach. And then I went back to teaching for a few years and decided to share my tips so that you, my beautiful friend, if you are feeling bogged down, if you feel like you're not ever doing enough, so that I can bring you some light into this mindset. Anyways, so obviously, if you're feeling this way, it's actually kind of normal. Let me explain. So with my background as a core energy leadership coach, there's different levels of energy where people fluctuate throughout the day. So on a good day, you're here. On a bad day, your energy will drop. And teachers are caregivers. So that means that you hover and you experience a certain energy level where giving and helping other people and caring for those students is your happy place. You're happy there. We're happy there. We're with those kids, or older kids, whatever, little people, it doesn't matter. Even in university, it's the same thing. You enjoy the exchange. There's growing happening. There's creativity that is bouncing off of each other. There's those wacky questions that are coming at the back of the class. This is happiness. This is where, and this is why we teach, is because we get to share our passion, we get to share our personality, and we get to give and take and enjoy this very beautiful moment with our students. Of course, it's not always like that. There's always it never lasts the whole class even, but it's those moments of pure bliss where you feel aligned, you feel like you're in the flow, and you are in your happy spot. So we are caregivers, and we are also people who have a passion for what we teach, and we love kids. What can I say? It is what it is. I mean, a teacher will say, I think teenagers are cute, and most people in society will be like, what? And we're like, they truly are. And so that's where we are. So where does the bog down come from? Well, if you're a teacher, you already know the answer. It comes from insane pressure from administrators, from parents, from just the work to prepare for classes, to do some grading, etc. And it also comes from us. It also comes from us thinking that we need to do more. And so it's this aspect that I would like to perhaps look at today, that I'm not doing enough. I should be doing more. And I would like to just maybe take a bracket around that, extrapolate it, just take it out of that and just look at it and maybe focus on that. So yes, when you get there, when you get to the, oh my God, I'm not doing enough, I should do more. What's happening is we spiral a little bit. We're already doing so much, but we feel that maybe if we just give a little bit more, if we sacrifice maybe one more lunch hour, if we wake up just a little bit earlier in the morning, if we just spend another 10 minutes on a paper, including more comments to avoid criticism, to avoid all that, well, then we're just going to burn out. What I'm going with this is we like to take care of other people, but our focus also needs to include taking care of ourselves. So this is not new. You've heard the metaphor in the airplane. If there's not enough oxygen in the cabin, the masks are going to drop. And you have to put the mask on yourself first before you help the person next to you, the child. And I think this is very difficult for teachers to do because they don't know how to take care of themselves sometimes. They know how to take care of other people. That's how they operate. That's what they know. But taking care of yourself can seem so selfish. Like everybody else, I don't have issues. I'm fine. I mean, okay, I'm a little tired. Okay, I'm a little grouchy right now and maybe a bit discouraged, but I'm an adult. These are young children. You know, they need me. You need you. And I want to share a cute little quote, something that happened last year at our, I think it was the first, it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, staff meeting. This is coming back from the pandemic. And it's all about the kids and all about, we have to give them so much love. They've been behind a computer screen for a year and a half, interrupted. They need all our love. They need our patience. We have to be patient with them. We have to do everything for them. And mental health for the kids is so important. Their mental health is not good right now. We have to be there for them, etc., etc. And I think this was true, and I totally validated that this is the situation. We do have to care. But then I was curious, and I asked a question, because I'm a little bit annoying that way. I raised my hand, and I said, and what about the mental health of teachers? And exactly. There were crickets. There were not even crickets. It was a dead silence. And the administrators didn't even have anything to say to me. And I thought to myself, wow, I'm a person who burnt out on the job. I know how important mental health is. And by God, I was giving it all I had, people. And here we are, you know, being fed that, yes, we have to be everything, do everything for these students, and basically sacrifice. This is the underlying message that our health is not important. It was kind of like a direct message. I hate to say it, but it was. If you don't have anything to say to me when I say, what about mental health for teachers? So that is all right, because you can take care of yourself. So I've done some meditation with you in the past, so I'm not going to do that today. But I do want to explore something fun, if you'll let me. And this something fun is going to be about holidays, days off. So thankfully, we are in a world right now where we can talk about mental health. Everybody not only respects, but understands, more or less. People who don't have a mental health issue don't quite understand, perhaps, but they understand that it's important. So this is not something that we need to argue, we need to fight. Mental health, my gosh, is internationally, universally understood that if you do not have your mental health, it's like being sick physically. You can't function. And that is a fact. So based on that, let's talk about let's look at your car for a second. You got to service your car, right? Okay, this is a terrible analogy because obviously we're biological beings, but your car. Do you wait for the oil to be burnt in the motor before you do an oil change? Or do you have like the little number that you have to check and then you're like, ooh, it's time for an oil change. And you get it changed while the car is still happy, right? So we as teachers need to do the same thing. We need to take care of ourselves while we're healthy. What? What do you mean, Eugénie? Take a day off when I'm healthy? Yes, that's what I mean. Take the damn day off while you're healthy. Do the oil change, the massage therapy, whatever it is that you need to do. Book your days off. So I'm talking to my Canadian colleagues, and we have 10 days that are paid during the school year. On a quick note, if you extend those 10 days, then you get paid 90%. So you might want to explore 90%, 100%, how much that's worth to you. I'm just saying maybe you might want to take a few extra days. And on your pay stub, you'll also see that there's extra days that you can take. So explore potentially up to 5 more. So what I'm trying to say is, you know when those pressure points are going to be during the school year. You know that it's going to be around report cards. You know it's going to be anyways. And I would also mention that in Canada as well, my colleagues, at least in the public sector, we have benefits that we pay for, by the way. But there's so many of us that there's just a lot of benefits. This is a wonderful thing about being a teacher, is they wear you out, they burn you out, but you have benefits that we don't use, but we have them. So go ahead, figure out a massage therapist. Ask your friends and book those in. This is your oil change for your car. This is your massage therapy for you. And do this once a month, once every 3 weeks if you can. And book them. And book them all along. Book them even, I don't know, on a Friday morning at 10 a.m. What? Aren't we teaching on a Friday morning at 10 a.m.? Yes, but you could certainly take a mental day while you're healthy, while you can enjoy the day. You go get your massage, and then you can go and rest or read a book or something like that. This is perfectly acceptable because it will prevent you getting tired, getting bogged down, getting sick, and then you're really sick for real, and then it's complicated. So how do you set this up? You set this up with your school, with your students, that is, ahead of time. You can even tell your students, I'm going to take a day off. It's for my mental health, and I'm going to prepare something really light for you. Or if you prefer, you can have a day to finish your project or whatever. There you go. They're going to know. You're teaching them that you're human. You're teaching them that they're human, that if they want to take time for themselves, then potentially that could be good too, right? So where am I going with this? I think you should just take your days off and enjoy them and be healthy when you're taking your days off. And so think of them as gift cards that have an expiry date. Yes, they do. As a matter of fact, they expire usually at the end of the school year. They don't even accumulate anymore. The governments have disposed of that for my school board anyways. And so, well, you kind of have to use them. And so go ahead and use them. Maybe like once every 3 weeks, and then you'll have something to look forward to. You'll be like, I have a day off. Woo! I'm going to get my massage. I'm going to do whatever. And go and take care of yourselves, guys. You work so, I'm not going to say the F word, but you work so freaking hard. I can't even think of people who work harder than you do. So take the day off, right? And in order to kind of finish this thought, I suppose, there's, if you think of those people that go to school and they're sick and they're coughing, I'm talking about teachers right now, and I don't know, somehow they think that we're going to give them an award for being brave and braving the fact that they're exhausted and dying and sick and so on and so forth, but they're still going to school. This mentality is passé. It is over, because we had a pandemic, and that person who is coughing in your office, in my office, there's no windows, and I don't think there's any air filtering system. That person is going to get everyone sick in the office. Nobody wants to see you if you're sick. So stay home. And better yet, take a day off when you're healthy, and then you'll be happier and you won't feel so bogged down. There you go. So I don't know if this was a helpful permission for you to go ahead and embrace this gift of time off. If that aligns with your values, of course, I guess I should have started with that. If health is important to you, and it is important to me, it's actually my number one value, because I did experience a professional burnout. And when you're burnt out, nothing happens. I was in bed for weeks and I couldn't even crack an egg. It was really, really crazy, draining. Like I was a zombie. So your health, if it's not your number one value, I hope it's your second value, and that you realize that if you're not healthy, well, you can't teach properly. You certainly can't take care of your family, your children. So you know what? This is all I'm going to say for today. You guys work hard. Take those little gift cards of days off and space them out nicely and set them up so that it's on a Monday or a Friday, so that you have a long weekend. And let me finish on something really cool. I actually have to pull up my computer right now. And the really cool thing is that in Europe, I was in Europe this summer, and my daughter did her teacher's college in Wales. And we have figured out that in Wales and in France, they're on holiday every 6 weeks. And so let's just see if I can find the actual breakdown of all those days. I don't think I can find it right now, but that's okay. They have 1 week in November. They have 2 weeks in December. They have 1 week in February. They have 2 weeks in April. They have 1 week in May, and they finish in the first week of July. So basically, they have 5 extra weeks of holiday than we do. 5 or 4. Oops, maybe 4. And so I just wanted to say, in other places in the world, they have other issues, I'm sure. We have it good in Canada for many reasons. But in case you were feeling guilty, let me just take that away. And yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to stay here with you until you pull up your phone, pick some days, like I said, a Monday or a Friday. You can even take half a day. Half a day. If that's all that takes for you is to rest and sleep in one morning, whatever, just do it. You know you want to. And that's going to give you so much mental space. It's going to make you smile. Okay, joy is also one of my values. So health and joy, freedom, they kind of all go around that. So if that makes you happy, then go for it. Okay, so that's it for today. You be you. You are amazing. You're already working so hard. So taking care of your kids is great. Take care of yourself too. Take those days off and book them. Yes. All right. That's it for now. Take care. Bye.